Alright, what's up nerds? Occasionally I will make a video to help students that are having some difficulty with the homework under the assumption that if one student or a couple of students are having trouble with the homework assignment, probably a lot of students are having the same difficulty. So this first homework assignment is pretty simple. We really just need to install Jupyter Notebooks, launch Jupyter Notebooks, create a Jupyter Notebooks file, and then find that file somewhere so that you can upload it to Canvas. Right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. The first thing we need to do, so I'm going to assume you've already installed Jupyter Notebooks, right? If you're having trouble with the installation, take a look at the PDF that I sent out earlier this week. So if you are trying to figure out how to launch Jupyter Notebooks. That can be a little tricky. Some of you will probably use what's called the Anaconda Navigator, which will give you a few different options, including an option to launch Jupyter Notebooks. If you're using a Mac, it might look a bit different. For me, personally, I prefer to use the terminal down here. Right, so this is my Anaconda prompt, and it allows for me to do several different installations or launches. I can customize how my folders are set up, etc. Most of that is too advanced for where you're at right now, so really all you would use this prompt for is just launching Jupyter Notebooks. So this first step that you're going to see me engage in, I want you to go ahead and ignore this step because you don't need to do this. This is me activating my teaching environment, right? So I have different environments on my computer. I won't go into detail what I mean when I say an environment, but basically I have Python and certain libraries set up in different places on my computer, and right now I'm just simply telling Anaconda which of these places I want it to look into. All right, so now I'm in my teaching environment. And here's what you would need to do to launch Jupyter Notebooks. You can simply just type in Jupyter Notebook, and it will launch right in whatever browser you have activated. So it is loading up. All right, so your Jupyter Notebooks will likely launch just in a default root folder, right? I've customized where this one's going to launch. So this is loading up in this folder right here inside my Dropbox, inside my academic documents, inside my teaching folder. So it launches in here because, as you saw, this is my teaching environment. Right, and I have different folders for different classes that I teach and things of that nature. So this view here in my folder, right, as you can see, this is my folder, is the exact same view that you're seeing in your browser. Even though you're using a browser, you're not actually using the internet. You're just using your browser to look inside your folders, right? So if you are trying to complete the homework, what I would recommend for you to do is find what folder you want to work in this semester and create a folder right here, new folder, create a folder for this class, right? So you might call this marketing analytics. I'm going to just call it homework demos because I will probably make other videos just like this. And then in here, now I've got this folder called Homework Demos, and if you look, it was created on my computer as well, right? I'm just in my folder, my file explorer on my Windows computer. So we could see right here that the Homework Demos folder was created. So now I'm just going to create my Python file, right? And accidentally clicked a little fast, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and give it a name. I will call it Homework 1 Demo. Right, Homework 1 Demo, and we can see if we go back to our folder, go inside Homework Demos, we can see here's that Jupyter Notebooks file that I just created. Jupyter Notebooks files have an extension of .ipynb. Alright, so if we are following these instructions, we now need to create a text cell and use markdown language and give our notebook a proper heading, right? So I'm switching from code to markdown, creating a text cell. I'm using the markdown language that you learned in a previous video. So I will just give this a heading. This is my homework demo, right? And there's my heading. And now we need to write some code, right? Maybe just use a little print function to say hello or play around with this. So I will just print hello, prof. Thanks for giving me homework before the semester even started. Jerk. There we go. And I ran it and it looks good. So I will now save this. So the very last step would be to simply open up Canvas, right? You can create a tab here, open up Canvas, and find this file, which you know where it is, you created it, right? Find this file and upload it to Canvas, and you're done with the homework. Takes 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. It depends on how helpful this video was. All right, so I hope it was helpful, and send me an email if you're having any trouble. Bye.